Now, 5 of you, you become the first person to give us a call. It's very simple. If you've never done it before, I want to assure you it takes just a couple of minutes of your time. We have great volunteers. They'll ask you a few questions. And if you have the time, to give us some of your comments about some of your favorite programs that you watch here on Northwest Public Television. But we do need you to begin the process with a telephone call right now. 1-800-922-4220. Just take a couple of minutes of your time and do your part for great programs here on Northwest Public Television. Tonight's programming is made possible in part by United Artists Cable of the Tri-Cities, featuring 45 channels of news, sports, and entertainment. We do have sponsors, business sponsors. We have state and federal support, but we need your support right now, tonight at Northwest Public Television. 1-800-922-4220. It's a toll-free number. It's not long distance. The call is on us. It won't cost you anything but a little bit of your time, and you'll know you've done your part for TV really worth watching. Thanks.
When you're watching other channels, do you find yourself squirming around and trying to get comfortable and looking at the watch, and flipping through the channels from one to another? But when you watch a program on public television, I'll bet you don't do any of those things. Maybe it's because programs on public television engage you and hold you, challenge you. Plainly put, maybe it's because they're worth watching. So if you're squirming and wriggling around as you watch public television, maybe it's just because you feel a little guilty, because those programs you're watching, other people are supporting, and you're not. Easy way to get comfortable. Call and make a pledge.
Do call in now and invest in Northwest Public Television. Some people have done this tonight, and we'd like to thank them right now. Frederick Palm of Medical Lake, Washington, called in with a pledge tonight. Thank you, Frederick. Esther Barton of Lewiston, Idaho, called in, and Mr. Townley from Kennewick, Washington, called in tonight. And we'd like to thank them very much for calling in tonight and making this type of programming possible here on Northwest Public Television. Coming up next, we have a very special treat for you tonight at 7 o'clock. It is The Civil War, that acclaimed documentary right here. Part 4 tonight. We will be discussing on the show a lot more about the Civil War. If you've been watching it the last few nights here on Northwest Public Television, you probably know what's going on. If not, jump right into it. It's a lot of fun, and it's an excellent documentary. I was watching it last night, and I was really getting into it. Speaking of the great television programming we have here on Northwest Public Television, we have it all here at Northwest Public Television. I'm a broadcasting student here at Washington State University, and I can tell you that this programming that you are seeing on Northwest Public Television is high-quality entertainment, and you're not going to find it anywhere else, and it is completely viewer-supported. It is a fantastic opportunity for you to call right now, the number on your screen, 1-800-922-4220, and make that pledge to Northwest Public Television. There are a number of ways you can do that. You can write a check. You can put it on your Visa or MasterCard. You can make it in monthly installments. There's a number of ways you can support Northwest Public Television. Please do it tonight. Barb's going to take it away. Barb?
The important thing is that you go to your telephone and you start the process by dialing in the number. Thank you. We need to hear from, I think, 3 more of you to help us meet our goal of 5 pledges this break. You become the next person at 1-800-922-4220. Now, when you call in, if you give, we have some thank you gifts if you give at certain levels. If you want some of these, please let the volunteers know when you give us a call tonight at the toll-free number on your screen. For $125, we have a special thank you. It's a video cassette called Over Washington. It's an hour-long aerial trip across the state of Washington. There's the cover of the videotape right now. It starts at the west side of the state and goes across to the east side. It's a lot of, it just shows how beautiful the state of Washington is, and that'd be a thank you that we would like to send to you for $125. That works out to about $10.50 a month. You may think, gee, that sounds like a lot of money, but if you think of it throughout the year, that may be just the amount that you can fit in your budget, the amount that you can place on the value Northwest Public TV is for you. Now, for $65, we have a choice, so let the volunteers know if you want one of these. One of them is a series of interviews with Bill Moyers from his series, The World of Ideas. There are 3 audio cassettes in this set. Crisis of Democracy is one of them. That's volume 2. Some of the interviewed people on in these tapes are T. Barry Brazelton, Barbara Tuchman, Joseph Heller, Isaac Asimov, E.L. Doctorow, Tom Wolfe, August Wilson, a wide range of great interviews as Bill Moyers always hands to you. We could like to give that to you as a thank you for a $65 gift to Northwest Public Television. Or, like I said, the choice is a Life magazine. Life looks back. It's not the magazine. It's Life magazine looking back through all its wonderful series of photographs that they had. In the magazine, on the very last page, it was called Miscellany, and it had photographs that were sent in by Life readers. And this is a compilation of it. There's the front of it right now. It's over 200 black and white photographs are in this book. It's about 8.5 by 11. It's a soft cover book, but it's full of a lot of humorous photographs that were taken, as I said, by Life readers. We've had a lot of fun looking through this book here in the studio throughout our membership drive. It's brought a lot of smiles. People like to pick out their favorite photographs. So if you would like that as a special thank you, call in, make a $65 level gift, and let the volunteers know you would like one of those books. If you want any of these, if you have any questions about any of the premiums or the donor thank you gifts, please feel free and ask the volunteers. They're great. It just takes about, 95 seconds of your time. You will have done your part for great programs here on Northwest Public Television. Please call right now. Welcome to Northwest Public Television. It's our spring membership drive. We're taking a brief break in tonight's Civil War programming to ask for you to go to your phone and pledge your support. We're asking for your donation to Northwest Public Television. You're not missing any of the program. We have stopped the videotape. We'll be going back to it in just a few minutes, but we are taking this opportunity to ask for your support. So please call the toll-free number that you see on your screen and give us a call right now here at Northwest Public Television. 1-800-922-4220. We'd like to hear from 10 of you in this break to help us meet our program dollar goal. So you become the first person and call right here tonight to Northwest Public Television. 1-800-922-4220. Join your friends and neighbors that have called in previously during the Civil War series. Why don't you call in tonight, do your part for Northwest Public Television. We need to hear from 10 of you right now. 1-800-922-4220. Please give us a call. I want to tell you that tonight's programming on Northwest Public Television is made possible in part by United Artists Cable of the Tri-Cities, featuring 45 channels of news, sports, and entertainment. We would like to have you participate, become a partner with Northwest Public Television tonight. Take about 2 minutes of your time to call in and do your part for Northwest Public TV. The dollars that you donate here help us pay our programming bills, help us buy programs for the coming year. So join us now. If you find yourself, think about how often that you turn on Northwest Public Television. It's as simple as that you count on us being there for you. We're asking you to go to your phone right now tonight and pledge your support. It's a toll-free number. The call is on us. It doesn't cost you anything to take the time to make your pledge. If you have the time and want to share any comments with it, though, please go ahead and do that. It's an additional benefit during these drives to get to hear directly from you, our great viewers and soon-to-be viewer supporters. So you call right now, the number you see on your screen. Please, thanks.
I'm often asked why I think there's been such a tremendous response to the Civil War. And I guess for me the answer lies in the words of Abraham Lincoln when he spoke directly to the South during his first inaugural address in 1861.
In your hands, my dissatisfied countrymen, and not in mine, is the momentous issue of civil war. The government will not assail you. You can have no conflict without being yourselves the aggressors. We are not enemies, but friends. We must not be enemies. Though passion may have strained, it must not break our bonds of affection. The mystic cords of memory, stretching from every battlefield and patriot grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land, will yet swell the chorus of the Union when again touched, as surely they will be, by the better angels of our nature.
Those mystic chords of memory remind us what connects us all as Americans, and people have responded from the better part within themselves, the better angels of our nature. And your response truly has been overwhelming. I have bags of cards and letters from all over America, and everywhere I go, people stop and tell me how much they enjoyed the Civil War. This has been an incredible experience for me as a producer, and I really do thank all of you. But there's another kind of response you can give this series that is just as important, And that's your response to tonight's pledge breaks. Believe me, everyone involved in public television looks very carefully at the results of pledge drives. The ratings, the cards, the phone calls, they all indicate that a program was watched and enjoyed by an audience. But the number of pledges a program receives indicates even more. One call from you to this number shows that you believe in this kind of programming so much that you are willing to invest your dollars in its future. That's a powerful message that only you can deliver to this station. Call now. Thank you.
That was Ken Burns. He's the producer of the Civil War that you're watching here, right here on Northwest Public Television. Call in right now and pledge your support. 1-800-922-4220 is the number to call, the number there on your screen. We've heard from a number of people tonight. Mason and Marianne Fulkerson of Spokane gave us a call, pledged their support. Thank you very much. And a viewer who wished to remain anonymous from Eltopia called tonight. We'd like to thank them as well. We've heard from a number of cities, but we have not heard from Pullman and Moscow tonight. Come on, get on those phones and pledge your support for Northwest Public Television. This is a fantastic show you're watching. I hope that you are enjoying it half as much as we are enjoying it here in the studio. We haven't heard from, we've heard from Kennewick tonight, but we have not heard from Richland and Pasco. Let's make it a triple play tonight in the Tri-Cities. That's good to hear. Good news. People are out there watching the Civil War and enjoying it tonight. Right here on Northwest Public Television is the only place you're going to find quality programming such as the Civil War. Do call in right now and pledge your support right here on Northwest Public Television. The phones are busy right now. If you can't get through right away, keep calling. And we appreciate all the support we can get here on Northwest Public Television. That number, once again, 1-800-922-4220. It doesn't cost you a darn thing to call. We'll pick up the tab. So go ahead, pledge your support right now. This is our spring fundraising drive, and this is the time we need you to call to budget our programming for the rest of this year. So do call in right now to Northwest Public Television. We're going to turn it over now to Barb. Barb?
All the lines are busy right now, so jot the number down at 1-800-922-4220 and call back in just about 92 seconds, or just a little over a minute it takes to take the pledge, and then you can do your part for wonderful programs just like the Civil War. Fantastic series, the best ever on PBS. We have some special thank you gifts at certain levels. If you want some of these, let the volunteers know when you call, and we'll be here throughout the evening. If you want one of these, please call us and let us know. For $500, we'd be glad to say thank you with the VHS set of the Civil War series. You can see there's 9 tapes there. 14 million Americans watched the PBS series when it was on last fall. It's back again. It's so eloquently told through diaries, letters, war dispatches, newspapers. It's a fantastic series there for you at $500 level donation to Northwest Public Television. Call now if you want one of the tapes, or the set. That's 9 tapes for the $500 level gift. Now, for $150, we have the book. It's a Civil War illustrated history. It's the companion book to the series that you're watching now. It's a beautiful, lush, very large hardback book full of color photographs, black and white photographs, and maps. Has a lot of engravings and paintings. The people that produced this book went to over 150 archives across the country to find information for this book. And the producers of the television series participated in putting this book together. So that's a thank you to those of you that make the $150 level gift, and let the volunteers know if you want one of these as a thank you. Now for $100, we have another item. It's called Touring the Civil War Battlefields. This is a trip across battlefields of the Civil War, just like the title says. You visit Bull Run, Antietam, Fredericksburg, and Gettysburg. This was done, shot over a century later than the war scenes that you're seeing now. There are reenactments. People come throughout in the summer and reenact battles. Some of that is filmed for this videotape, as well as just trips to the battlefield sites as they are in a much more peaceful time. That's a thank you to you at $100 level to gift to Northwest Public Television. So if you would like one of the tapes touring Civil War battlefields, please let us know. We do have lines open. Call right now at 1-800-922-4220. And everyone that charges their pledge tonight to Northwest Public Television can have a copy of the Sullivan-Ballou letter. This is a letter that was first came into the first episode of Civil War and has been alluded to several times throughout the series. It's a copy kind of on parchment-like paper, 8.5 by 11 size. It is written by Sullivan Ballou to his wife, Sarah, 7 days before he was killed at the Battle of Bull Run. It's a beautiful letter expressing his love for his wife and his wish to see his wife and his children and all grow old together, a wish, of course, he didn't get. So if you would like that as a thank you from us, charge your pledge tonight and tell the volunteers so we can sign up and send you a copy of the Sullivan Ballou letter. Lines are open. You call right now here to Northwest Public Television. Thanks.